is furthermore evident when they beat Duke, who Duke looked like the all-around best lacrosse team in the country. And Yale beat them. They came out with a better game plan, and they utilized all the weapons that they have. They're going to be a problem for Nanichok for his entire career at Albany for the next 3 years. And for whatever's Ireland's got left. One?
He's a sophomore. You got two.
So two.
So we're going to jump over the other two games really quickly because you bring up a great point that I want to talk about, and that is great freshmen from this tournament. Obviously took Hokananakoke for Albany. The kid's a bull. He's so good. Jack Starr, the goalie for Yale for lacrosse. The goalie for lacrosse, Tony.
The goalie for lacrosse.
The goalie for lacrosse.
He just plays the sport.
Yep, for everyone. The goalie for Yale, Jack Starr. Duke has this incredible freshman named Nakai Montgomery. So good, so fast, so powerful. He's probably, no offense to Hogananakoke, but if I had to pick one player that is currently, a freshman who would be a multi-time Tour-on award winner, it would be Nakai Montgomery. And then finally, Chris Fake. The kid had no goals at all this season, but his defense, he covered everybody. If you were on him, or if he was on you, you weren't scoring. And that wasn't just against Albany. It was against Duke. It was against UMass. There's a reason why this kid is one of the best defenders in lacrosse, and it's just entirely his effort. He just worked harder, and you could see it. You could see it in the games. He worked harder than everyone that he was guarding. That's part of the Yale way, and sorry to continue stroking the Yale, but...
Oh, you're not going to stop. Why apologize?
Yale's 10-man ride is the most efficient full-court press I've ever seen. It is insane. When they have 10-man ride coming, and you're trying to get past midfield, and you can't. It's difficult, so then you have to try these long passes, and guess what? They don't work out. They don't work because Yale is really good. And their effort, whatever Coach Shea has instilled in their minds, they give 100% effort 100% of the time. Even on balls where, I don't know, those of you who don't watch lacrosse, if you shoot and it doesn't go in and it goes out of bounds, the player closest to the ball gets the ball. So Yale literally dives every time. Whether there's no one else or what, literally every time the closest Yale player is diving for the ball. That's just coaching. Okay, Tony, I'm done with Yale. For now.
I mean, what do you... They won the national title. Clearly they're the best team in college lacrosse, and drastically overlooked by names that were bigger throughout the year. Albany made their statement when they beat Syracuse to start, confirmed it with Maryland, and were able to ride that. Even beating Albany didn't seem to give Yale enough credit, and they walked into the tournament at 3, clearly walked away at 1. It's hard to envision a way that they're not the number 1 team returning because, what, do they have like 4 seniors?
But they're all important players.
Yeah,
Connor
fine.
Mackey's gone.
But like I was saying last week when we were looking at their incoming recruits, they have a ton of the top 100 coming in.
Right, they do.
So it could be a problem for a while.
They do.
Damn Ivy League kids.
I was inclined to believe that whoever came out of the Yale-Albany matchup was going to win the championship.
Man, we need a good Duke rape at Yale.
Dan D'Antoni Sports does not condone Duke rape.
I do not condone rape. I'm just saying, if it so happened to unfortunately come out at Yale that some shady was happening with the lacrosse team, I wouldn't be against some suspensions. That's all I'm saying. At least just next year. Come on. Next year, or maybe 2 years from now. Let it go through an investigation first.
And then what? Take away the Tuaron Award for Ben Reeves, take away the national title.
No, that stuff happened then. That's fine. These are allegations at that point. And again, let's be honest. Outside of lacrosse, does anybody really know that happened at Duke?
Yeah.
I don't think a ton of people do.
Anyways.
They win national championships to cover that stuff up. Like, don't worry about it. Focus on the basketball team. You people don't care about lacrosse.
Speaking of national championships...
Are you about to talk about softball?
Yes, actually.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yale, with their lacrosse championship, wins their first ever national championship in any sport.
Oh.
Interesting.
Right. That's a fact I can accept without you blowing Yale.
I would also like to point out that both lacrosse national championships were won by mid-majors. Yale and James Madison.
Oh, yeah.
James Madison won
the
women's.
Yeah, good for them.
Yep. And they won it at Stony Brook.
Where else would you hold a national title except for at Stony Brook?
I don't know. I'm hoping Albany can host one.
No, that's not happening.
That would be nice.
Maybe the indoor lacrosse championships.
Perhaps.
We don't even have an indoor lacrosse team. Yeah, you know what? Maybe Albany will host an indoor arena bowl championship, okay? That's what your best bet is.
Perhaps.
I don't know. They're doing good. There's a home game this weekend. Depending on the weather, I might be down for a block party. Maybe mosey myself in there, get a hot dog, yell some terrible things at the other team. I don't even know who they're playing. I don't care.
I think they're playing the Valor.
Whatever. It's
they're playing the Brigade.
It's one of the other four.
The other three.
Oh, gave them too much credit. There's a fourth, though. They're just not playing this year, right?
Yeah, and I guess there's going to be two other teams that come in later. So I guess there's going to be 7 teams next season.
Where are they going to be? Do we know?
I think it's going to be Birmingham.
That's way too far. What does Birmingham need a football team for?
I don't know. I think the teams are, if I remember correctly, Birmingham, Detroit, and Colorado.
Detroit makes sense. At least they can win a football title then.
I don't know.
You want a trivia question midway through this? Name the 3 teams that have never been to a Super Bowl.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Was a layup.
And let's see. We got the Browns, the Jaguars, and the Lions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the Browns, that's a gimme.
Potentially.
No, it's a gimme.
Well, people could be thinking about the Browns from old, back before they became the Baltimore Ravens.
No, they can't. Anybody that remembers them is dead.
I remember them.
That's because you watch ESPN Classic.
That's because it happened in 1997.
They don't count. They don't count. They're Ravens history.
It is Ravens history.
It's not Cleveland history.
Nope. Anyways.
Did you see the outrageous tweet that the one lineman or defensive lineman from Cleveland posted that said if the Cavs win, that he's going to buy everyone who retweets this jerseys?
So who was that?
I don't know.
I'll take a jersey.
I'll take
a jersey.
No, you won't. They're not going to win. It's the safest bet. I wouldn't even take out an insurance policy on that.
No.
I was like, if it happens, it happens.
I might have done something stupid. I promised everyone a jersey if the Cavs win. Even Ty Lue's like, don't worry. It's not happening.
Yeah. LeBron texts him afterwards, way to take the safe bet. You idiot. What do you think? I got to drop 50 each game? Get real.
And here's where sports gambling comes into the equation. How much do you think LeBron takes to tank those games?
Oh. If anything, he's betting on himself in prop bets. He's like, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to go for 52 tonight. Because I got no one else on this team.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Meanwhile, Kevin Love's in the back having a mental breakdown. That's not true. He has a concussion. There's a serious thing there. Apparently, he gets more concussions than NFL players.
He's the new Sid Crosby.
He does get a lot of them.
He does for a basketball player. I know they call it a contact sport, but let's be real. That's being generous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a...
Catchers in baseball go through more contact than NBA players now.
Beach volleyball is more of a contact sport. They're hitting the sand all the time.
Yeah, but the sand's has got a nice cushion.
Potentially.
Unless you're playing on a crappy beach.
I mean, there are a lot of crappy beaches. Anyways.
Oh, by the way, Indy 500. Yeah, Danica Patrick did real well hitting the wall.
She thought it was impersonate your favorite driver, Dad.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm going to really focus for this one. Yeah, way to pay attention to traffic, Danica.
I don't know because I don't watch
It's not like
that.
there's people merging. You've been on the same road with these idiots for the last hour and a half.
Oh my god.
Makes sense that a guy named Will Power would win, though.
I don't care.
Well,
I mean, that is was that guy destined to do anything other than that?
Never underestimate willpower.
There you go.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, with a name like that, you're destined to do like two things in life. It's either that or be like a fighter jet pilot.
Or a Power Ranger.
True, but
Those cars
Or an
are
electrician. Could you imagine your electrician
yeah,
being named Will
you could
Power?
definitely power
yeah, those cars aren't easy to drive. I mean,
power electrical
Seriously.
sells itself.
There. Yeah.
Should just talk to him about business opportunities. Hey, you don't need to know anything about electricians. We'll just hire a bunch for you. It's a selling aspect.
It's just like our discussion we had a few weeks ago about endorsements. So,
like
Powerade.
yeah,
Duh.
wings.
Yeah.
I was thought we were talking about us.
I'd also like to
I
point
want
out,
wings.
too, that Kyle Busch won the Coke 600.
That was even happening.
Yeah.
What's the Busch 600?
Right, it's Coca-Cola 600.
What's the Coca-Cola
It's
600?
probably a race in Atlanta.
I was possibly.
No, Charlotte, North Carolina.
What?
It doesn't even
Coke
make
is based out of Atlanta. Whatever.
Go figure.
the Busch 600. NASCAR would be more entertaining if it
mean,
was
it might as well
sponsored
be-
by Busch and everyone were drunk.
There was only
Dan
one-
D'Antoni Sports does not condone drunk driving.
Unless, of course, you're on a NASCAR track. And then we want to see it happen. No restrictor plate in that either. 200 plus.
That's
That being said, there was only one race that mattered to me this weekend, and it was Monaco.
what?
Monaco Grand Prix.
Listen, car racing's not a sport.
There's 200 plus miles an hour, and you're driving on the streets of Monaco.
Yeah, that's stupidity.
Is that, like, modified?
That is entertainment, my friend.
That's like saying what's it called? Russian roulette. It's an extreme sport. No, that's stupidity.
No, I bet you in Russia it's advertised.
Probably.
But I'm
is.
saying, like, what's better than a street race in the middle of Monaco, 220 plus miles an hour, and the people are so close that there's a liability that you can die watching this event. And this is Monaco. They don't care. Throw you into the water. Keep it going.
I can think of a lot of things better than that.
I'll go once. I'll be sitting far away.
You're the type that would do the running with the bulls, aren't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
And definitely push the friend in front of the ball.
I was going to say, can you please add me as your beneficiary to your life insurance policy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I mean, you
not.
could just race Matchbox cars. It'd be pretty much the same thing.
I mean,
Make it
I
a
don't-
sport.
it's not a sport. Racing is not a sport.
Is poker a sport?
Okay.
Car racing is not a sport.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Is Texas
ESPN has a tab available for esports, okay? And they have League of Legends.
That's not a sport.
Oh, apparently, according to the worldwide leader in it, it is.
It's not a sport. They also show the damn spelling bee.
Yeah?
It's Entertainment and Sports Network.
Entertainment Sports Network. I don't think there's an and in there.
I think it's Entertainment and Sports Programming Network.
Well, they took a long time to acknowledge the WWE as being entertainment.
WWE is much more of a sport.
WWE,
than
get
NASCAR.
out of here. That's choreographed man-hugging.
That's still athleticism. Look at Tony Stewart. Is Tony Stewart an athlete?
Yes.
What? Get out of here. That man's not an athlete unless flubber's a sport.
At least he doesn't go into the event knowing he's already going to win.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. Tell that to the guy he hit.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay? He doesn't know he's going to win because if he knew he was going to win, he would have avoided him.
Perhaps.
It's a dirt track. It's hard to control. And your
NASCAR
son shouldn't have been out of the car in the first place.
NASCAR is not a sport. It takes no athletic ability.
I do feel bad for that family. That being
Yeah.
said. But
It's unfortunate.
But still, you should have never gotten out of the car. You're an idiot.
But I want you to tell me that those wrestlers in WWE and all the other wrestling promotions that they're not, at least a great majority